So right here at the entrance we got a split beam. Pretty broken up. Yep, right in the front of the park. There's a nail head sticking up right there. There's another handrail right at the foot of the monkey bars and poles. Splintered up. Look like pretty beat. They actually got sand in the sandbox though, like a good 3 or 4 feet deep, which is awesome. It's really cool. I'm glad they did that. Little engine that could. It's got new wood. Top here too. You got new wood here at the maze. Along here. Although back to this wood here, I'm not honestly sure if it's weather treated or not. Probably pressure treated, just how most lumber comes, but whether it's been weather sealed, I don't know. If it isn't, it needs to be weather sealed right away, or we're going to just have a problem again. Same here, it might be pressure treated, but I'm not exactly sure, and I definitely ain't sure if it's weather sealed either. I see that there's a screw head that hasn't really been properly screwed in. I mean, if you're doing repairs to your own house, that's great, you know, do a half-ass job. But when you got little kids running around in public, I don't think screw head should be sticking out at all, especially if you just put it in. Now here's something that I missed the first time around. It's a tire swing. You know, you shouldn't have to wait for somebody to point it out to fix it. It's this swing here, and I mean, you can see it. It's all blown out and misshapen and towed up. I mean, this tire swing is basically towed up. And here's another tire swing again. It's not in as bad shape as the other one, but it's pretty towed up. And you know, how much does it cost to go find a used tire that's not, you know, all blown out of shape? I mean, you could probably find 5 or 6 just driving down the road for free. And here's another handrail. I mean, it's pretty obvious stuff here that is just not really taken care of at all. You know, this is crazy splinter central right here. I mean, here's a bench where people are going to sit. It's, again, a pretty obvious thing. I overlooked it the first time, and I guess it's understandable that some of the workers overlooked it, but they were also here to fix things, so, you know, it's technically not my job. I'm not taking your tax dollars to be a park manager or anything like that. These people are, and they're not really working for their money, it seems. Now this was the wood that had the screws sticking out, and they replaced it, and notice where the screws were sticking out, they made sure that the new screws were in. So here's this length of wood again along this little, I don't know, rubber bridge, I guess you call it. But they left staples from the tags sticking out. I mean, it's a shame these guys are in a hurry when they do this, and they can't take time and pride in making our kids safe. They're just in a rush to do a half-assed job. And we got staples sticking out. And if I had tools, I'd fix it right now, but honestly, I don't have tools on me, and I have a feeling that if I brought tools to the park and just started going to town, they'd probably bring the cops on me. And here's another rail right near that. It's got splits in it all the way through. You can see it moves here. Now this is the reason that I made this video to begin with, this sliding board. I had my own experience where I let my daughter go down it one day without really taking a close look, just trusting that it was safe. And the next day I get at it from a different angle, and I noticed there was a sharp flap of metal sticking up. Well, now it looks like they have fixed this flap of metal, but it looks like they did it by putting screws in, or some kind of rivet. I mean, it's still sticking up there a little bit, and you know, now kids' clothing is going to get caught on it. That's what it looks like. Let's take a look. I mean, look at this. It's still pretty jagged right there. You know, kids don't always use sliding boards the way they're supposed to. Sometimes they run up them, and this is just sticking out sharp. This edge is pretty sharp, and if you put any kind of pressure or force, you're going to cut yourself. And not to mention, like I said, these things here are sticking up. If a kid decides to go down face first, he's going to get a screw in his eye. I mean, who's the genius that thought it was a good idea to put screws in a sliding board for kids' clothing to get caught on? That's ridiculous, you know. It needs to be a little bit better than that, folks. I mean, some of these repairs are a joke. I applaud them on a few, and the rest I just think are a joke. And I came in here with an open mind, hoping that things were going to be nice, because that's what I had heard. But it's not so much so. A woman just went down this spiral slide. And out of respect for her, I didn't put her on camera or anything, but she just went down this spiral slide here, and I told her to watch out. She was going to go down a second time, apparently, and told her to watch out. There's a couple screws sticking out, and she said she felt them. I mean, they're pretty obviously there, and you're going to feel them. And hopefully some little kid's face doesn't feel them. Right here, right behind this sign for the hours and rules, on this side of it all, we got a nice jagged handrail. Not really all that great. Now here's these monkey bars again from up high. They still haven't fixed this post here. You know, it's going to rot all the way down, and they're going to have to replace the whole post. I like the idea of sawing off the tops. It's a nice, quick, simple repair, but you got to do them all. It's going to rot it all the way down. You're going to have to put a whole new post in, and in the process, you're going to have to rip out this whole thing and practically redo it. And here's this place where kids put their head, and it still hasn't been sanded down or nothing. You know, a simple sand job would do wonders here. Some kid's going to put their chin here for a picture and get a splinter through their jaw. So right here, they did put a piece of wood in here to keep the kids' feet safe. But what they did is left it all splintered. This wood that they put in here to keep your feet from falling in, you might remember this hose here, my foot don't fit in. But in the process, they left it all splintered out and jagged. And they fixed one problem by creating another. Again, they put another piece of wood on this side, and this side isn't jagged or rough or splintered, which is good. It's a good thing. Now here's a phone booth that the kids like to talk in, and as you can see, the size of the phone booth, nice rusty screw heads just sticking out. You know, kids run up to these things, put their hands all over it without thinking, without looking to see if it's safe. They just trust. Kids trust that everything is okay, and we shouldn't let that down. There's a nail sticking out right here. The nail head sticking out a good ½ an inch. Again, something I missed the first time. I'm sorry I did, honestly.